No course on memory can be complete without learning this method, which is used by champions of memory. Fortunately, this can be learned and used by any ordinary person like me and you. This method has many names as called by champions. Someone calls Loci method as one finds a set of points or loci where a person places the objects to be memorized. Other people call it journey method as they place the objects to be memorized on the points that occur on the journeys they make in their day-to-day life. The memory palace method name comes from the concept of assuming our memory as a palace with multiple gates, galleries and rooms, and the journey is performed in this palace by choosing a real place of dwelling as a model palace. All these names are essentially names of the same method. I personally prefer to call it the journey method. In this method, instead of choosing prefixed visual pegs, we choose real-life pegs or points we see in our routine. How? We shall soon see. Let us try to remember the list of planets in their exact order of place from Sun to outer space. As we all know that the modern list contains 8 planets, which are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. We'll now choose points of association where these items can be connected and then stored in our memory. Since the list is small, with just 8 items, a place where we can choose 8 points in a certain order may be sufficient. To make a journey, I give you example of journey from outside of a house to inside of a house and then choose 8 points. Watch these pictures. In outside house picture, I start from the gate and think that brownish colored mercury is hanging from electrical wires near the gate. We move further and visualize that the Venus is kept over the white colored pillar which bounces and comes out to the stony ground. I then see the Earth riding the stairs and reaching the entrance gate. Now I enter the house and my dear Mars is making the wall clock near the entrance into its red color. I then see the Jupiter kept over the cupboard beneath the TV, which is moving back and forth from one side of cupboard to the other side. Suddenly, the TV switches on with a picture of Saturn over it with a clear vision of rings around it. And then comes Uranus, which replaces the flower arrangement over the center table, and then its rings are going around the center table. Finally, Neptune bounces over the single sofa and settles down slowly. We can revisit this unusual story in our mind again and enjoy its vividness. Sometimes the vivid and interesting stories may not need rehearsals even. They seem to settle permanently in the first go itself. The recalling of such a vivid story is rather simple. The moment we visualize gate, we will immediately recollect Mercury hanging from the wire line. One by one, we can keep recalling Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune in that order by simply traveling the points from outside to inside of our house. Interestingly, this method also has the capability to find the position even when asked randomly. Suppose I ask what comes after Saturn? My imagination will immediately go to center table in the room and I will visualize Uranus being placed there. If someone asks what is before Saturn, I can easily traverse in the reverse order and visualize the Jupiter moving back and forth on the cupboard beneath the TV. This is incredible, isn't it? Here are few suggestions for making effective journeys in our memory. Effective journeys can be made by choosing some routine travel paths like home to office, home to shopping mall, intercity travel routes, etc. With some practice, people can remember even 100 items within that path. Even multiple set of objects can be remembered by choosing different paths for different lists. Paths can be indoor, outdoor, or simply mind visuals. They can be halls, museum or exhibition pathways, house interiors, well-known list itself. For example, a person may choose planets themselves as pegs to remember other lists, as their order may be already known since childhood. In a journey method, one can even fit the paired list. For example, while putting the item in the loci points, one can vividly keep both the items in the pair. In case of list of planets, one can also keep the colors of the planets on the same locus. In the previous story, I also kept the color at some places, as you may have noticed that I called the brown Mercury and red Mars. You can keep colors like brown Mercury, white Venus, blue Earth, red Mars, orange Jupiter, golden Saturn, pale blue Uranus, and icy blue Neptune while making the story. More you practice, more attributes you will be able to place on the locus points. Hope you have understood the concept well. Apply it to a practical shopping list in the exercise given in the attached resource sheet. You can download the document referred to in this video using the link in the description. Alternatively, you can scan the QR code for direct download. Next, we shall take up Section 05 quiz.